We got them! Farmer news! I'm sorry to spoil this, but the next Korean update will be massive. 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 So, listen on, because whatever happens here will happen in the global server quite soon as well. So, we have the developer notes for the third week of December, but there are some news included in the January's update as well. So first of all, before we even read the developer's note, we're gonna read the separate note about Galagos Ruins. So, the new Galagos Ruins change that happened in Korea is being scrapped away, cancelled. That's it. They posted some nasty things on Twitter or X, and they have been cancelled. So, the new Galagos will no longer come out in global on the December last week, and instead we will be getting the old Galagos most likely, and there will be an even new reworked Galagos somewhere in January. So the compensation of course does not apply to the global servers, but yeah, as you can see, they just basically received a lot of complaints about the Galagos being boring. Personally, I liked it. The beginning was a bit boring, but once you get those buffs going, I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. Yes, it is a very long quest, but then again, it's also 3 months worth of content, so I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I can see why other people didn't. So yeah, they're cancelling that thing completely. They're giving a massive compensation, 35 million gold, 160,000. Is that the fine stones? No shot. Hey, give me that. Give me that compensation. And 300,000 Galagos coins. So yeah, Galagos is no more. They will rework it somewhere in January, they mentioned. So we'll see what the third iteration of Galagos will look like. But yeah, Galagos is gone. Next up is the balance patch. So we have a lot of monsters and we have a summoner, or maybe even two. So let's look at this. We don't have details about what the changes will be yet, but just what units are targeted. So Fire Beetle Knight, both of the twins, Fire Undyne, Fire Mermaid, Fire Phoenix, Perna. Oh, I hope it's not a nerf actually. I hope it's not a nerf. Then we have the Water Beetle Knight, Water Dragon Knight. Wait, Xiao. Surely they're not gonna buff him, right? Because he's super strong already. And both of the twins. It looks like for twins, every single twin is getting balanced. Yeah, every single twin is getting balanced. But apart from that, the Wind Dragon Knight, probably a needed buff. A Dark Twins, Dark Ifrit, Dark Valkyrie. Oh, 2 units that I have. That's sick. That is sick. Also, why did they put Darkness before Light? That's so odd. Dark Ifrit and Dark Trinity. Is the meme finally over? Dark Chimera, okay. And then Light Twins and Light Fairy Queen. Fairy Queen, really? She didn't even come out yet. She's not even out yet. Ooh, I wonder what that will be. I have a feeling that might become a 5 mana buff, actually. But yeah, among these, the skill effect of the Water Attribute Dragon Knight is scheduled to be lowered. Skill effect of the Water Attribute Dragon Knight. Skill effect. That probably refers to like the healing, the stacking, something like that, right? So it looks like Xiao will be nerfed and then somehow reworked? Something like that. But yeah, it looks like Xiao is getting hit for sure. Because they wouldn't mention this if they didn't nerf it, right? So yeah, looks like a Xiao nerf. And then, skill balance of the following summoners has been adjusted. It has been determined that Kina's healing ability has become excessive. Really, Comtos. So the healing value of some skills will be lowered, and a penalty for reducing her physical strength will also be applied when a summon is revived. Ooh, so when she revives another monster, she loses either stats or attack, it looks like. So basically when you revive a unit, you will be losing essentially on damage and healing? Something like that, right? And several skills will be upgraded to strengthen Cleave's self-defense and teammate support abilities. Cleave buffs. I mean, people wanna range about it, but I don't know. The thing is, NA server is very popular with Cleaves, but that's mostly because people already have Cleaves built and they just don't wanna reroll, right? Because previously, Cleave was definitely one of the strongest ones. I know why this is there, especially for the Korean server. I don't know if it will come out for us, but keep in mind, for them, they have Challenge Arena that is full auto, so Cleave is quite literally unplayable in there. So there's a good chance that that buff might be something like Korea specific only, right? At least for Cleave, that is. So we'll see how that works. A summon research system has been added. If you acquire summons with different attributes of the same appearance and grow them to a certain condition, the abilities of the summons of that appearance will increase equally. Yeah, so this is something that was actually teased in a single sentence on the global developers now. So basically, if you get all three attributes, of course, yeah, they can say light and dark excluded. So let's say paladins, right? You get Wind Paladin, Water Paladin, Fire Paladin, and you evolve them, awaken them to a certain extent, still unsure what it will be. All of them will basically get a buff of some sort. Maybe it's stats, maybe it's a skill effect, we'll see, but yeah. Looks like going forward, if you have all three of them, you will want to eventually evolve them to a certain extent just to get those extra stats. Battleground rules are changing. This is of course Battlefield, it's just a wacky translation. The Battlefield rules that limited combat power at certain intervals will be removed and will be divided into two modes. A Battlefield mode with no combat power limits and the sports mode where all summoners and summons can play with the same abilities. What? Okay, so no limit is just basically like how all Battlefield was. Sports mode where all summoners and summons can play with the same abilities. So it looks like you won't even need units, maybe? Like you will be given a preset sort of units with the same skills or something like that? That's kind of interesting. I'm kind of curious to test that. The purpose of the combat limit was to allow more people to enjoy the battlefield under similar conditions, but it was just that it was too difficult to create the same condition just by limited combat power. Yep. I mean, they did implement changes after that, so this sort of fixed it, but it still was a bit flawed. So sports modes were introduced to fundamentally solve this problem. So you're most likely gonna get the same summoner, the same monsters with the same stats probably. Because like there's no longer need to balance the power if you give the same stats to everyone, right? Same runes, same monsters, all that. Those who were unable to enjoy Battlefield due to the burden of specifications are encouraged to give it a try. It's a good change. I feel like it's a good change. First of all, it will balance out a lot, and second of all, newer players will definitely have way better chance to compete. Because previously, like if you're a newer player coming into this, maybe you will compete at the 350k league, right? But after that, like 500,000 power, 750k power, those are a bit hard. So you're sort of like, you're playing for 3-4 days and then you're locked out for 2 weeks, right? So yeah, we'll see. And of course, accordingly, Howling Cliffs will be played in sports modes, and Skyfalls and Moon Shadow Forest will be played alternatively between Battlefield mode and sports. Oh, so the new 3v3 Battlefield will be fully locked to the sports mode only, and the other two, you will still be able to play as per usual. Interesting. So yeah, for Howling Cliffs, they're literally making it like League of Legends, right? Equaling everything out, the runes don't matter, anything like that. Transmogs, these were listed in the global dev note as well. So the Panda Warrior and the Beast Riders, super cool transmogs. And now, the big news. In the last update of this year. And in January 24, new fields and dungeons of higher levels and new higher level difficulty dungeons will be added. Along with the new summoner, HEATH. The assassin summoner HEATH is coming in January 24. So potentially it will come out either January or February in global and NA as well. Once again, we apologize for the inconvenience. Yeah, Happy New Year. to you to come to us. Banger update. Ooh. You can't say like, these are good changes. There's no bad changes here. They fixed the Galagos. Like, no more Galagos pass, no more boring Galagos to some balance patch. Definitely all units that needed. Except this. What is this? Phoenix? Buff it. Buff the first skill, right? But yeah. Pretty good patch. I am excited. I'm excited about those balance patches. Trinity. Veramos. Woo! You best believe we are finally testing Trinity. And yeah. Peace.